at that, huh? That one when my camera was on. That one, guys. What's flopping, everybody? We're here with Jimothy Dalton at the Bait Cave. Today we are making a bunch of baits. It's like day 3 of making a ton of baits. Today we did a lot of Africa special style color with a little more blue in it than anything else. I think we'll call this one Black Magic. We got a lot of watermelon looking colors going on here. We got some bait fish looking colors, as well as a ton of other baits that we've already bagged up, including the one, the only June bug. We have another tournament coming up in October, so we're trying to get ahead of the game and get as many baits as we can made. But as you can see, we have a ton more to go through, to separate, to melt down, and to get right again. So today I'm trying to match the Dirty Jigs color, Dirty 420, and obviously the color that matches this is California 420. This seems to be one of my new favorite color jigs. I'd never used it until a couple days ago, but it really reacts pretty good in Florida tannic water. So once again, the problem that we have is we're still waiting on a mold that can be shot laminate, which means 2 colors, dual injection. So we have to come up with a single color that is gonna match this really good. As you can see here, it pretty much is watermelon red on the bottom and what looks to be either a really dark watermelon or a light black blended in with the watermelon that is a red and black style color. So what would look good as a single color to go as a swim bait trailer with this particular jig? Obviously, it needs to be a watermelon style color, but I don't want to just go watermelon red. So we're thinking here, and we're trying to come up with a good color to go with this. All right, so here we have our 1 cup of Dead On Plastix swim bait blend. And now we need to come up with a 420 color that is solid. So we're going to start with a little bit of watermelon. That's a base. Add a little bit more watermelon. Alright, and before we go crazy with the green pumpkin, we're going to give it 5 drops of black. It's definitely becoming more of a pumpkin, so let's go with 10 drops of black. You just want a real dark watermelon color, basically. I'm thinking a couple more drops of black. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that first and see what happens there. You can always melt it down and reshoot it. And that's without adding any green pumpkin. And it's gonna be close. So, we're gonna use just a little bit of large red. And instead of normal watermelon black, large black, we're gonna go with a small black and large red. Instead of large black with small red, we're gonna reverse the size of our glitter and see if that can match the skirt of that jig just a little better. If not, we can always add some large black. That looks pretty cool. Might need some more red in there, but I don't want a whole lot of red. I just wanted a little pop of red. All right, so let's get this back to shooting temperature and let's see what our first batch of trailers looks like with this jig. And if we don't like it, we'll melt it back down and adjust fire accordingly. Now that it's back to shooting temperature, we're gonna shoot our first batch and see what it looks like. It might be a little too watermelon. You might need to green pumpkin it up just a little bit, but it's a good start. All right, so we're gonna let that set up, then we're gonna pull it out of there and we're gonna see what it looks like with this particular jig. Hopefully we got it on the first try. That's gonna be a pretty close color there. We're a little darker than we needed to be, but I don't think that will really matter too much. It'll just blend in with that top black and kind of meet right in the middle on the shade. I think ultimately that will work. Now, this particular color is one of my go-to colors that I make all the time, and it's basically just melting down Houdini and watermelon red together, and you get this wonderful, wonderful color. It's got a bunch of different glitters in there, but it works in all water clarities, and I call it watermelon everything because it has a little bit of everything in there. But man, is it a great bait. And I pour these in a creature, I pour them in a jerk bait, I pour them in a trick worm, I pour them in a swim bait, because they truly are a great color at any water depth, any water clarity. It doesn't matter, that color gets the job done. All right guys, thanks for stopping by the bait cave. I'm gonna get back to separating and melting down all these old baits so we can turn them into new baits and keep fishing. You know what to do, hit those buttons. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, keep them wet.